Hey, my name is Corey Manning. I am going to cook for you today. I am originally from Durham, North Carolina, and I live in Boston, Massachusetts now. The meal I'm going to be preparing tonight is what I call a 4-star bologna sandwich. Why is it a 4-star bologna sandwich? You got to understand, I was raised in the upper middle class projects, and this is one of my favorite meals that I had. But since I've kind of moved on up in the world, you know what I mean? I don't get to have this kind of meal like I used to. And so I decided today I'm going to reach back to my heritage and I'm going to cook a 4-star bologna sandwich. Now, why do I call it a 4-star bologna sandwich? Because when I cook a bologna sandwich, it's the kind of sandwich that should be served in a 4-star restaurant. All right, let's talk about the ingredients. First of all, of course, you got to have bologna. You can't have a meal, bologna sandwich, without good bologna. Not the sliced up kind with the red around it. We're talking about a real bologna loaf. Although I do miss the bologna sandwiches with the red piece on it, because when you peel the piece off, you can actually floss your teeth at the same time. Now, what we also going to have is some peppers, and I have a diverse group of peppers. This is a yellow pepper, this is a red pepper, and this is an orange pepper. I don't know how they got them to be that color, but I'm glad they did that because I'm able to distinguish them from each other. Also, butter. I don't use grease, I use butter. Everything. Tomato. It's tomato. Onion. This is I thought it was ginger, but this is actually garlic. A whole loaf of bread, not that store-bought bread that you gotta wonder about. And we got your collard greens that I'm gonna cook. That's gonna be the side, because you can't just have a sandwich in the 4-star restaurant. You gotta have a side piece. A side piece of it. And so I got some collards. Now, the coup de grace. I searched high and low to find my old favorite, the welfare cheese that came in the box, but I could not find it. The best I could find was this. Anyway, so first things first. First thing we got to do is I have to clean my collards. I'm gonna clean my collards. Got to wash them up. So back when I was a kid, we used to sit around with mom and we used to peel and cut collards. And so I'm gonna do this right now. And I'm only cooking 1 serving today because I don't have enough greens. So I'm not gonna cook all of it. I'm gonna save a little bit for later. So that should be enough. And I gotta wash this off. Wash it off. You can't trust vegetables you buy in the store because you don't know who washing them. That's why you have to wash your own vegetables. And to make it extra clean, I throw a little dish detergent on it. That way you get all the dirt out of it. Because you don't notice, but vegetables come from the ground. So if they come from the ground, there's dirt on it. And when you use dish detergent to wash your greens, you can do 2 things at one time. You can wash your vegetables, and you can wash the pot too. I'm telling you, man. Don't be taking my ideas. Don't be taking my ideas. I see y'all out there trying. They're like, wow, I didn't even think about that, Corey, man. But you can do that. So you wash your greens, you get it all clean and stuff, and then you rinse it off. You rinse it off. You take the hose, and you rinse it off. Get all, rinse the dirt and stuff off of it. All right. There we go. There we go. You take this out. Sit it in here. After you rinse it off, then you put it in the, make sure you get all of it out. You rinse the suds out. I could literally just throw this, I could dry this off now. I can dry this off and put it up, and it's already clean because I washed it at the same time. But I'm gonna leave this here because I might need it later on, so we'll leave this. Matter of fact, since it has a strainer on it, it's still wet, I'm gonna leave it in here so it can dry. I'm gonna dry this while I cook my other stuff. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare my ingredients for when I cook my garlic. So not my garlic, when I cook my collards. So I'm gonna take this. The hell is this? Okay, all right, we'll make it work. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't usually put garlic in my bologna But since y'all asked me to include garlic, I'm just including it now. So I'm gonna garlic, and I don't even know how you're supposed to. I don't even know how you're supposed to do this. Like, what am I supposed to be doing with this? Okay, I think that might be enough. This should be enough. Am I supposed to put the leaves in there? I'm gonna put it on the side just in case. And then I add. That might add. That might be. I think that adds flavor to it. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so we got that ready. Put one more, so it'll be balanced out. One more. It has a smell to it. Woo. Get a little bowl so I can put all that in. I don't think about that. There we go. Just in case I need some more, I'll leave it right there. Let me cut my peppers up. Bam. There we go. There we go. Now, some people think you should cut this part out, but this is the green part, so this part has the most nutrients in it, so I included it in there. Yeah, that's a lot of nutrients. Put that in there. Let me speed this up. It's taking way too long here. I think it goes fast if I do it like that. Here we go. It's them little beads and stuff that's coming out of it. Are they supposed to be in there? I don't know. Everybody. Knives are overrated. If you can just break it up, you know what I'm saying? I eat with my hands. Why can't I cook with my hands? Can't waste nothing. That's one thing I did learn in the project. You can't waste food. It's people starving in the world. You can't waste food. Put it all in there. All right, so we got that. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I'll come back and I'll cut the tomato later because I gotta keep the grains started. Oh, they still wet. It's okay. So the greens are still wet. So what I'm gonna do is something I'm prepared for this because this has happened before. This is my secret to when you want to dry your vegetables fast. You can see the water still on the vegetables, but when you use this, I'm telling you, genius right here. Just like washing it, take a hair dryer and dry it off. But when you use a hair dryer to dry your vegetables, you don't want to put it on too high, because what happens is you end up cooking the vegetables before you cook them. You don't want to do that. And to make this a little bit more time, you can actually take it and do this so you get all, because the strainer has holes in it, so you can dry it off through the holes. And at the same time, you're drying the pot. Again, if you use a hair dryer, while you're blowing the vegetables, you can actually dry the pot at the same time. Genius. Yeah, that worked. That worked. One thing you don't do, you do not leave the dryer in between the stove and the sink. Now that my greens are dry, collard greens, it's time for me to get my rest of my vegetables together. So I'm gonna get this onion ready. I'm gonna need a better knife. Oh yeah, this one has teeth. I know how to cut up an onion. Now that I got it open, I can get into it. There we go. Yo, this has always been. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. This is all like I grew up on this. This is my favorite food, man. Like I can remember eating sandwiches with my brother. You know what I'm saying? When we were poor, sometimes we didn't have bologna, so we made wish sandwiches. And a wish sandwich is when you take two pieces of bread and you put it together and you wish you had meat. I mean, I miss my mom. I miss my mom and my brother. I mean, they around, they alive, but I just miss them. Oh man, I can't wait to call my brother and tell him I made a bologna sandwich. He gonna go off, y'all. That's how we used to get down. Okay, I think, okay, that's right. I'm only making one serving, so I don't need to cut up the entire onion. So I'll save this part for later. Ah, man. Let me see, what's this? Popcorn. I don't need that. All right. So, now, it's time to saute my greens. So I'm gonna take butter, drop it in the pot. I don't know why I'm so emotional right now. Turn this on. While that's heating up, I'm gonna go over here and come with me and I'm gonna go ahead and cut the bologna up. Now that I got my bologna ready to cut, I'm gonna cut it, but before I do that, I want to get my tomato ready so I can actually have tomato ready to go into my to go on top of my bologna, and also I'm gonna put some of my greens. There we go. There we go. I don't know why she get upset when I do this. This works perfectly. Cut the top part off. Cut the bottom part off. See, the middle part in there. Put the middle part in there. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. How my great aunt used to say it. Ouch. Now you're cooking with grass. Now you're cooking with gas. There you go. Cut myself almost. You know the expression, you put your foot in it? I almost put my finger in it. Complete seasoning. Gotta have salt. Pepper. Yes, sir. Pepper. Salt and pepper's here. Salt, salt, salt. Salt and pepper's here. A parsley flake. Sometimes you just gotta, the thing you gotta do is just grab stuff out of the cabinet and put it in there. People take stuff for granted. Like, I don't know anybody that would ever put vanilla on their greens. There we go. Oh, this is the last thing. Cilantro. 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 There we go. Oh, this, I almost forgot. Lemon pepper. Lemon pepper. Lemon pepper. Oh man, you can smell, you can't smell this, but I can actually smell the vanilla in the greens. Look how those greens are cooking. So I'm gonna let this cook. I'm gonna let this saute and get my bologna ready now. Now that we got that going, it's time for the bologna. Yeah, I'm just making one serving, so I just need to cut one piece. Now, here's something you got to make sure you do. When you cook a bologna, you don't want the middle to rise up. You want it to cook evenly. So what you do is you come and you make a cut in the middle. Bread ready. And the cheese. Getting the bread lightly toasting. I got my cheese ready. I'm getting my, this is ready. I'm ready to plate now. We ready. Plate. Right. Here we go. Oh, you know what? You know what? Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Almost forgot. What am I doing? Boom. Bam. Get the bread. There we go. There we go. That's what I better turn this off. That's what I'm talking about. Let me sit right here for that. Garnish. Come and get it. Welcome to Corey Manning's restaurant. I'd like to introduce you to my frequent customer, my frequent customer. This is my wife, my beautiful wife, Andrea, and my son, Micah Manning. Yes, today, ma'am and sir, we have our specialty, our 4-star bologna sandwich.
Okay. What the hell is this?
It's the 4-star bologna sandwich with cheese.
Why is the bread so thick?
I actually got the loaf bread instead of getting the
what
store-bought
happened
bread.
to it?
Just with the cutting, this is not the best bread I could find. I had to find this quickly to get it ready for tonight. So it didn't hold up like normally it
Is
should.
there still casing on the cheese?
That's redneck cheese. It's the redneck around it.
I don't think I can eat this. I need a knife and fork. It's so like it's big. It's so big.
Andrew, this is a family show.
It can't. How do you make bread tough? It can't hold together. What the hell is this?
It's a 4-star bologna sandwich.
Ugh, what is? Oh, it's disgusting.
Try the greens.
And what is it? Greens? What kind of greens are these?
It's greens. It's fresh, homemade greens. I actually cooked myself. It's greens.
Corey, that is romaine lettuce. I'm not eating this. This is like when it dies in the fridge and it goes bad. What is this? I'm not eating this. It's lettuce. You cooked lettuce. And popcorn?
That's the garnish. All right.
Please, please, for the love of God, the safety of my children, and for Corey Manning to have a home, please help him. He just tried to kill me, and I don't need him poisoning my children, okay, with this awful food. He needs help. Please, I beg you, 911, please help this man learn how to cook. Even if it's just as much as boiling water, please help Corey Manning. It's for his own livelihood.